Today on Deer Gear, Cabela's Wildlife Management shows us how to perfect our shed antler hunting skills. We introduce the brand new Viking 6 from Yamaha. And finally, we venture into the world of handgun hunting with Paul Pluff from Smith & Wesson. All that and more coming up on Deer Gear.
Well, it's late March, early April here in South Texas, which means that not only is it almost spring turkey season, but it's time for bucks to begin to drop antlers. You know, the whole antler growth cycle is really quite fascinating. For the most part, it's controlled by photoperiod, which is the duration of light in which an organism, and in this case a buck, is exposed to each day. Now obviously that changes with the seasons, and those seasonal changes in the duration of light influence the internal mechanisms within a deer's body that control antler growth. But now we need to get to the point of this video, which is how to find sheds and where to look for sheds. Now we're in South Texas, and obviously a lot of deer use feeders. And feeders are a great place obviously to find shed antlers because it's a congregation point. Now just having the feeder here itself is a good key. These deer are going to congregate in here. But one thing you can do to increase your odds of sheds actually staying here is to put a rope around this feeder and work it around the legs so that as these deer feed and their head bobs up and down, this rope will actually catch on their antlers and help to pop them off and keep them right here. So really the easiest process, and this is just simple as can be, is just to try a rope here about the height at which the antler is going to be as they're feeding, and then work that rope around this feeder so that you can catch each one of the deer that come around. Now that's about right there. As they're feeding, their antler is going to tip in here. Hopefully they'll hit that and it'll just knock an antler off. I could go around a couple of times, but there's really no point on it, but it would obviously increase my odds. But at this point, I can just tie this off. I'm good to go. Make sure the rope is, secure and out of the way. And this becomes one of our shed antler traps to use. Right, now a second type of shed antler trap is really quite simple. It's just a V antler trap that I make out of fencing wire. Now the wire itself is about 28 inches tall, and I'll use these steel stakes here in 3 different positions, here, here, and here, to hold this together. I like to open this up till it's about 23 inches wide, and then once I'm finished, I'll come back and put corn in this area here, so as the deer comes in to feed, his antlers rake and catch on the fence itself, and that really helps to pop them off. Now if you do a bunch of these throughout your property, it really increases your odds of finding sheds and really makes it easier to find sheds. So now I just need to get this one in the ground. Now I just need to finish putting this last stake in the ground. Get it good and secure, because obviously you want your deer rubbing on it. You don't want it to go anywhere. Now I just need to wire it off, tie these off. Get them wired in here really strong. I get them bent around with my hands first, and then come back with the pliers and get them really good and tied in there. Well, that does it for this trap. Now all I need to do is put some corn in the middle. Those deer will come in, scrape their antlers on the side, they'll pop right off. Now I'm going to show you a couple more traps. Now another type of easy trap, which I call the M trap or the W trap, just depends on how you look at it, kind of modifies that V-shaped trap and just takes it to a little bit of a different level. As you can tell, I went ahead and wired these in, but it's going to set up the same way. I'll stake in my poles in each corner, and once again I'm going for about 23 inches in width where these are spread apart. That's about right there. Get these poles up, we'll be in good shape. Then the last one goes up. Spread it out a little bit, stake it in. It's really not a hard trap to put together. It's really not a hard trap to put together. Just initially need to get it up. Once again, get it staked into the ground really well. Now it's up off the ground. Last 2 stakes go in the middle just to hold it there. Make sure nothing runs off with your wire. All right, that about does it for this trap. Once again, it's really just a modified V. But now I've kind of increased my opportunity for the number of bucks and the number of shed antlers to drop. I'll put corn in here, put corn in here, put corn on this outside. Now I've really got 3 spots of which, you know, a bachelor group of bucks could come in if they're all feeding. Creates a good opportunity for them to drop antlers, makes it easier for me to find sheds. Now when it comes to shed antler hunting, I'm of the opinion to work smarter, not harder, and I showed you a couple of ways to create traps to increase your odds of finding shed antlers. But definitely use what's already in the field, and in this case, a fence. When these bucks start to cross from pasture to pasture, the jarring action of hitting the other side of the ground is going to pop those antlers off. As well, when they go under the fence, their tines and their antlers hitting the bottom of the fence is actually going to pop those antlers off as well. So remember, shed hunting is a great, valuable tool to have, and it's definitely fun to be in the field. Remember to check your local game regulations regarding anything that has to do with shed hunting so that you stay within those laws. So have fun and get out in the field.
Go to Cabela's.com/WLM for more info about wildlife and land management, and go more in-depth with all the tractors, implements, and products that Cabela's has to offer. Deer Gear is brought to you by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Bradley Smoker. And by Delta Ag, improving plant performance.
The Yamaha Viking, and introducing the all-new Viking 6. The hardest working, most off-road capable side-by-sides in America. Built for the hardest working people on earth. You.
Julie Golaski, Smith & Wesson Consumer Program Manager and World Champion Shooter.
Joe Zanetti, Smith & Wesson Finishing Specialist and lifelong hunter.
Jim Dalton, Smith & Wesson Master Gunsmith. I shoot competitively, and so does my son.
Our people, our products, our passion. Smith & Wesson.
What if there was a camera that went where you went and shot what you shot? An action camera so easy to use you can concentrate on your hunt, not the hunt for the record button. A camera that let you add dimensions to your video, like speed, altitude, or even your heart rate, just before you let it fly. Life, camera, action. The Verb Elite HD Action Camera from Garmin.
For camping, fishing, hunting, or anything outdoors, bring along Arctic Ice. Simply freeze these versatile cooler packs and they're ready to keep your food and drinks cold throughout your outing. Arctic Ice can maintain in a cooler 60% longer than the equal weight of regular ice, and with no more mess or soggy food. Arctic Ice is clean and easy. Alaskan Series can maintain a sub 40-degree cooler for days, and the Tundra Series can keep game frozen till it gets home. Preserve an Arctic refuge in your cooler. Choose Arctic Ice.
For the past quarter of a century, American Hunter Feeders has been dedicated to the development and production of the most innovative game feeder systems on the market. American Hunter Feeders fulfill the requirements of everyone, from the wildlife hobbyist to the most experienced professional game managers. One of the most diverse systems offered on the market today is the American Hunter 350-pound tripod feeder that can be equipped with a variety of digital timers or on-demand tubes. Let's take a look at two of Wade Middleton's favorites.
Hi, I'm Wade Middleton, and I'm here to talk a little bit more about the American Hunter's Outdoor Products feeder line, particularly the units that are sitting up behind me. We're going to show you how we set them up and some of the great features that these units offer that you can take into the field to ensure when you're trying to deliver feed, you've got the best products available. The American Hunter Outdoor Products lineup is an incredible set of products that are out there that are easy to use for hunters and wildlife managers all over the nation. I'm really a big fan of this 350 system here, and I really call it the 350 system because we've got two different components here that are uniquely designed to help you gain the most out of any type of feeding situation. The American Hunter 350 D8 Wildlife Feeder is a great product that's designed for you as an outdoorsman, wildlife management, or hunter to be able to haul into the field and get the most out of your application. One of the best things I like about it is you can get online, you can pick it up at a retail store, and this kit comes in a box, and you basically haul it to wherever you're trying to set up your location to manage your game, and right out of the box you've got everything that you need to be able to set up a timer feeder system to go off at varying days, varying times of the day, without having to have a trailer to haul all this stuff out. It comes ready to go for you, and all you've got to do is simply put it together, and it doesn't take very much time to do that. This particular unit comes with a digital timer on it. It's set to where you can go off 8 different times a day and vary your days, vary your feeding cycle, vary your actual delivery methods, whether you want it high, medium, or low, and it's super easy to use. You basically push a couple of buttons, pick the day, set the time, and how much your feed rate you want, and you're good to go. It is a very durable unit. It's built to last. I've had some of these units that I put into use for up to 5 years already in different field test mechanisms. So it's one that when you pick it up, you know that you're going to get a tremendous amount of use out of it, and it's going to be something that's going to last a long time. Conversely, the other unit that fits into this series is a gravity feeder, and it basically allows the game to come and feed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at their desire. Think of it as a food plot on metal legs, for lack of a better word, that's going to allow you to deliver feed of your choice into this delivery system that's going to help grow these deer, help manage them, and help you get the most out of those types of setups. You can get online and order them. You can go to a retail location and pick the units up, and you're basically going to get the most out of them with the least amount of effort.
Do deer really need supplemental feed? And if so, when? Your bucks need supplemental feed in the spring and summer to maximize their genetic potential for antler production. Your does need additional body conditioning during pregnancy and lactation in the summer months. In the fall and winter period, a feeding program will help support your bucks and does body condition and weight gain leading up to the breeding season. You want your bucks in the best condition possible prior to the start of their rut. For more information on Purina Antler Max products that you can use to enhance your deer herd to give you the healthiest deer possible and raise the biggest bucks you can, visit us at antlermax.com.
When you're in the outdoors, you always need some sort of tool to get the job done. Wade Middleton has just the gear you need in a segment we call Tools of the Field.
Every camp, hunting situation, fishing camp, every camping trip you're ever going to go on, there's always a need to cut some wood. You know, whether you're making shooting lanes for a deer hunt, you're cutting firewood, whatever it may be, you know, you're always going to need to cut some wood. There's a couple of tools out here that I've found that we really have got a lot of usage out of. Number one is the Zippo 4-in-1 Woodsman. You know, this particular product is really functional for you guys that are like backpacking in or in fairly remote locations, or just simply want to throw one in the back of your truck like I do. You can take this product and change it from a saw to an axe to a hammer with virtually a couple of twists of your hands, and you've got a tool that's very functional in a lot of different situations out there to handle a lot of those small to medium needs that you're going to encounter. But when you get into the bigger deals, what we like to do around our hunting camp is have like a 1000 or 2000 class Yamaha generator and an electric saw out there. Say we've got to cut some big mesquite wood to cook over, or we need to cut some brush to make a big bonfire around the campfire. We can fire up that generator, drive down there with our Viking and fill up the back of it in no time and be ready to build a big fire or cook over it. So these are a couple of tools that we like to use when it comes time to head to our range.
Like what you see on Deer Gear? Win products and gift cards simply by liking us on Facebook at Deer Gear TV. You'll get up-to-date info on all our featured gear and the inside scoop on upcoming giveaways. Just visit facebook.com/DeerGearTV. Deer Gear is brought to you by High-Vis Shooting Systems, 10-Point Crossbow Technologies. There is no substitute. Thompson Center, America's master gun makers.
Zippo hand warmers, 12-hour, reusable, indisposable furnaces that keep you fishing longer. Because cold hands bite.
Experience High-Vis, a brighter sight picture than standard sights, giving you an immediate, more successful shooting performance. High-Vis lets you see a dramatic contrast between the target and the barrel for a more intuitive aim that delivers instant results. Our light pipes come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, designed to be seen in a variety of conditions. With our broad line of sights, you'll see your marksmanship dramatically improve, bringing more fun and confidence into every shooting experience. Shoot more accurately. Enjoy the sport. Choose High-Vis.
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Vapor from 10-Point, the most technologically advanced crossbow ever created. 10-Point, there is no substitute.
After your next successful deer hunt, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes for venison with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the hunt at BradleySmoker.com. Since 1976, Delta Ag has been an industry leader in plant health and nutrition. With our innovative concept and chemistry, Delta Ag produces healthier crops and improves yields. We formulate biostimulants and micronutrients designed to improve fertilizer efficiency and increase crop response to nutrients. Make your fertilizer go further with reliable products that work. Grow healthier crops from the ground up with versatile low-rate products. Delta Ag, improving plant performance.
When I'm not hunting, I'm thinking about hunting. It's on my mind because it's in my blood. When the hunt calls, my TC Venture points the way. Accurate, reliable, proven. Until there's no more ground to cover and no more stories to tell. When you're a TC Venture hunter, the hunt never ends.
We all know that Yamaha makes top-of-the-line 3-passenger side-by-sides, but Yamaha has recently doubled their efforts and have now released their brand new Viking 6, a 6-passenger side-by-side that is ready to conquer whatever comes its way. The Viking 6 boasts a 9.7-gallon engine for long road trips, a class-leading 115.6-inch wheelbase that smooths out the ride and provides spacious comfort for all 6 passengers. It also has an on-command 4-wheel drive system, perfect for handling whatever the great outdoors has to offer.
When I get ready to head off-road, I want to make sure I've got a vehicle that's got power, but I also want to make sure that I've got comfort to it. I don't want to be jostled around all the time. And when I was riding around the Viking 6, that's one of the things that I noticed was its comfort. I also noticed that its incredible size inside the cabin, whether you're sitting in the back or you're sitting in the front. I mean, as the driver, I had ample leg room, and I've got some pretty long legs out there, and I had plenty of room to be comfortable and sit back and not feel crowded in there. And when you put 6 people in this unit, you're going to be dealing with the same situation due to the offset middle seat, which is allowing that person that sits in the middle to have his own shoulder room because that middle seat is leaned back a little bit. Then when you look at how much clearance this unit has and what you can climb with it and the amount of power to it, you don't have to worry about being underpowered when you've got 6 people in there and all their gear, whether you're heading, down a pipeline, whether you're working on the farm, or you're heading out to your favorite deer stand in the dark. The Yamaha Viking 6 is a unit that's going to provide you with what you need when you head to the field.
The vehicle was really designed around hauling 6 people around, and we're talking full-size adults. So it's designed in such a way that you can fit in there comfortably. On top of that, you've got room for your gear, You know, this vehicle is really perfect for the hunter and the big ranches out there. You can transport a ton of people, a ton of gear, you can get them there comfortably and quickly, and it's extremely durable and reliable. So whatever your need is, we're going to have accessories out there that you can modify this vehicle to your needs. On top of that, some of the key features, we've got power steering. It's going to make it a lot more comfortable, more terrainable. Also, we've got features like our on-command four-wheel drive system for when the going gets rough. We've got a lot of ground clearance, great suspension travel. It's extremely comfortable, even in rougher terrain. You can go up some really steep hills. It's really going to be able to get you back and forth in comfort, which is really a key thing when you're out there hunting all day. So whether you're a hunter, whether you're in the commercial industries like oil and gas, farming and ranching, we took all of those aspects and really tied them all into one vehicle. You can haul people, you can haul gear, you can do it safely, reliably, and comfortably, and those are really the key components that really satisfy all those different customer needs and markets.
To find a Yamaha dealer near you, visit YamahaMotorsports.com. Deer Gear is brought to you by Nikon Sport Optics, next generation now. Angle Coolers, a legend in reliability. Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides. We'll get you there.
Since 1996, Frog Togs outerwear have kept outdoorsmen warm and dry, even in the worst of conditions. Now, Frog Togs have expanded beyond hunting and fishing markets and revolutionized the industry with their patented fabric system. Frog Togs are extremely lightweight and portable. They pack easily in your car, boat, RV, and even on your motorcycle. Best of all, Frog Togs are 100% waterproof and windproof, and yet extremely breathable. Check us out online at frogtogs.com. Frog Togs, stop the rain.
Faster. Smarter. More powerful.
The new ZX7 processor from Stealth Cannon. The game has changed.
After all my years of searching, I finally busted the myth of the Yeti! The Angle High Performance Cooler, it's incredible! Just look at this lid, what a powerhouse! It's so freaking strong, so reliable, I just wanna boom! This silicone gasket's better than rubber!
Why, hello there. Are your base and sidewalls way thicker for superior insulation?
Oh, yes! After 10 days, still cold, still fresh. Let's hear Yeti do that. With Angle Coolers, it's official. The Yeti is busted.
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Stealth SS from 10 Point, the most compact crossbow we've ever created. 10 Point, there is no substitute.
After your next successful hog hunt, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes dedicated to pork with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the hunt at BradleySmoker.com.
For an efficient way to break down your next buck or doe, the Bubba Blade can't be beat. As a field knife, the Bubba Blade performs well, easily breaking down game on the spot. Paul F. Taylor, long-range expert with 14 big game animals qualified for the record books, has more to say.
Just took that right off. You've got your pistol grip here for your trigger finger. Fits right in there so you're not going to slip. You have a Teflon blade. No meat's going to stick to that. That surface is absolutely repels anything from sticking to it. It's a real easy cleanup.
In the kitchen, the knife does just as well, slicing through steaks with ease. Whether your meat is fresh shot in the field or picked up from the supermarket, the Bubba Blade is able to get the job done. Hard meats, such as summer sausage, were sliced just as easy as a soft and juicy brisket, and the Bubba Blade makes slicing ribs simple. For more information about the Bubba Blade, check out BubbaBlade.com.
Hunting with a handgun is something that if you've got the proper tools and practice with, you can really take and open up another way to hunt that you never really thought about. And the Smith & Wesson Performance Center and some of their hunting handguns are legendary performers out there now for hunters to be able to get out and enjoy a different way to take a whitetail.
To get a better glimpse into what handgun hunting is all about, Smith & Wesson's Paul Pluff shows us the Performance Center handgun line that Smith & Wesson has to offer.
Today I want to talk a little bit about hunting handguns. It's one of my favorite things to do in life, is hunt with a handgun. It's very exciting. But specifically I want to talk about some of our Performance Center hunting handguns here. In this case here I want to talk about our family of 44 Magnum hunting handguns. Let's start with this one here. This one happens to be one of my favorite. This one here is our 629 Stealth Hunter. You can see it has that full lug barrel, a little bit heavier, great balance to this gun. But it also has a special coating on here that helps deter or absorb the reflection of light. So it's a little bit more stealth out in the field. There again, it's got that 7.5-inch barrel on it. It has a built-in rail system that allows you to readily mount optics on here. The other thing you can do is if you pick it up here, you'll notice that it actually has built-in compensators on it. That really helps reduce the recoil with that little extra weight of the barrel. It keeps you down so you can take a quick second shot. It has a very crisp single action. It has an action job out of our Performance Center. So it has that crisp action to it, single action, as well as a very smooth double action. And one of the things you'll notice here is we actually have a built-in trigger stop. That eliminates the over travel of the trigger, allows you to get on your second shot quicker if you need to take that. The good news about these guns is they're so accurate, if you take your time, you won't need to take a second shot. This one here is our 44 Pro Hunter. This one's very, very popular. This one's been out for a few years. There again, it's chambered in 44 Magnum. But you'll see it has a longer, sleeker barrel, 7.5-inch, okay, stainless steel. You know, it's Performance Center action job on it. You'll also notice with this one here, we actually sell it with it actually comes with a rail. Everything is pre-drilled and tapped. The rail comes with it, so if you want to mount an optic on there, it comes in a package, you just simply screw it in there, mount your optic on it. And it also comes with this nice little compensator on the top. There again, it controls the recoil of the gun, allows you to take a quick second and third shot if you need to do that. And this one here is probably one of our most recent introduction. This is the 44 Magnum Hunter. This one's become very popular very quick. You can see the gun actually is a two-tone gun. Aesthetically, it's very pretty. It has stainless steel cylinder on there, as well as the barrel. Okay, nice look on it. It has built-in Picatinny style rails. We do that so it's pretty universal as far as the optic mount on it. In this case here, we have that EOTech hollow sight on here, which makes it a great gun for pig hunting. You know, if you want to go out and hunt wild boar, wild pig, even whitetail hunting if you're in close. One of the neat features about this, there again, you got a 6.5-inch barrel, but you got the added full compensator on here, and this is a 360-degree compensator. This really tames the recoil on this gun. And if you shoot it, you really won't notice the recoil, so it makes using the 44 Magnum a very viable gun. You got plenty of energy out of the round, it'll do what it's got to do, but light on the recoil so you can take that second or third shot if you have to. Key to is make that shot first time and you won't have to worry about that second shot. Hey, this is the line of our 44 Magnum hunting guns out of our Performance Center. If you haven't tried it, you got to do it today. Try it, you'll like it.
Now, let's join Paul on an afternoon whitetail hunt as he goes back to a spot that he had located some deer earlier that morning.
There were so many deer here this morning, it was incredible. So if it sat good this morning, it's got to sit good tonight. So we're going to go back up to the stand and hope for some of those big boys to come in, and maybe this time they'll give me a shot. I think he's down. That was pretty exciting. I gotta tell you, we're up in that blind and we've been seeing them all day long. Just none of them give me an opportunity to take that shot. This one came out, nice older 8-point. He was quartering toward me a little bit, but he gave me the perfect shot. I gotta tell you, old handgun, it did its job. It just took him down. He didn't go maybe 20 yards from where I shot him, and he just piled up here. Boy, it doesn't get any better than this and doesn't get any more exciting than this. If you haven't tried it, you gotta try a little handgun hunting. It'll make your day.
Like what you see on Deer Gear? Win products and gift cards simply by liking us on Facebook at Deer Gear TV. You'll get up-to-date info on all our featured gear and the inside scoop on upcoming giveaways. Just visit facebook.com/DeerGearTV.